Okay, now let's review Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole. I don't know how to say this last name correctly. I think it's Maeher. Maeher. So, this book, my biggest problem. First off, let's get with the positives. I thought the main character was written very well. Um, it's a well-paced book. It's not a book that's gonna bore you to hell. My biggest problem with it, though, is I wish she would have actually fell in love with a villain, or she would have been an assistant to a real villain. Because what they consider a villain is like if she had fallen in love with like Robin Hood. It's just someone who's going against the government type thing, you know? It's not a villain. If it would have been the story, like for instance, I'm not saying that she could write this because, obviously she can't, she be breaking copyright laws, but if it had been a story of the Joker and how Harley Quinn fell in love with the Joker, that would be awesome. So if she would have created a female character who had fallen with someone who was so villainous to that extent, I think it would have made a better book than what we got. But what we get is just another misunderstood guy who's labeled a villain, and she falls in love with him, and now she's his assistant and stuff like that. To me, again, this is one of those books that it feels more like a high school kid wrote this, like a high school person wrote this. Um, I mean, if it was a high school person, they wrote it pretty well, but it doesn't have any intrigue to it. There's no real character development. Is basically just by the name of it, you could tell assistant to the villain. If you read the book description, you already know what's going to happen, right? You know she's going to fall in love with someone who's a villain and blah 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 blah, and have to become her own person and this and that. It's essentially right there in the title. There's no intrigue to it. It's hard to rate a book like this because it's not what I would consider good, but it's not horrible. I'm gonna give it 2.5, just to be fair, because it's in between good and it's in between bad. So 2.5, I think, is a fair rating for this book. And I know there's a whole series, there's a trilogy. I'll probably read the other ones just to give a fair assessment to the entire trilogy. But 2.5, the good thing is it's not a long book from if I remember right. Yeah, it's 342 pages, and the pages aren't even that bad. It's not like, I don't know if you ever read those books that are like 300 pages and the words are like real tight against each other. And so it really feels like you're reading 600 pages. So it flows by real fast. I think you'll like it.